Married to Princess Beatrice last year in 2020, a granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth of the UK, Edoardo Abruptly has quickly become a prominent figure in the British royal family. However, he is known to have a strained relationship with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, both of whom left their senior royal roles in 2020 to earn financial autonomy in California. The UK withdrawal was marked by public disputes among the royals, and the departure was disapproved of by Beatrice's branch. In Montecito, which they now call their home, Harry and Meghan have made several attempts to reconcile with their UK relatives, including Beatrice and Edoardo. For this reason, some reports indicate that the Sussexes made an unsuccessful attempt to invite Edoardo to their Caulfield business house. Harry and Meghan were hoping to reconnect with people DNR. As Beatrice is still in London with their newborn child, Edoardo had some free time in Montecito some days ago, and Edoardo's assistants believe that the Sussexes found it an opportune time to work with him and possibly Beatrice. Sources indicate that they plan to host a private meal celebration at home, avoiding other relatives and, particularly, public relations. All the same, sources claim that Edoardo declined all invitations from Harry and Meghan. Perhaps, from what it looks on the surface, he tried to steer clear of the Sussexes' eagerness to see him and avoid getting involved in the more prolonged conflict that has continued between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. Edoardo apparently wanted to focus on his business projects in Montecito and then return to London to be reunited with Beatrice and did not want anything to interfere with this order. Such behavior on Edoardo's part once again highlights the lingering coldness between Harry, Meghan, and the royal family. The reconciliation gestures made by Queen Elizabeth seem to affect only her, while many other royals still hold a personal vendetta against the Sussexes. The dignity of the monarchy, in the eyes of numerous supporters, is believed to have been compromised by Harry and Meghan's withdrawal from their royal duties and subsequent criticism, which will fundamentally shape their interactions with their family members in the future. That is why Edoardo decided to avoid such contacts during his brief time in Montecito. His decision is rather understandable. He made a commitment to support Beatrice first, not to get tangled up in the ongoing blood feud between the Sussexes and the royal family. Being close enough to Beatrice, Edoardo is not particularly close to the rest of her family. The royal family perceives Harry and Meghan's actions critically, and Edoardo wants to avoid any potential backlash against Beatrice based on his interactions with Harry and Meghan. Such estrangement on the part of the British public, growing increasingly vocal against the Sussexes, could be another reason for Edoardo to stay away. In his refusal to get involved closely with Harry and Meghan, Edoardo is trying to avoid being caught in yet another scandal and prioritizes the well-being of Beatrice, as well as the tranquility of her marriage, over inter-Atlantic royal bickering. Edoardo's choice to ignore the invitation is another unfortunate setback in Harry and Meghan's attempt to reconcile with the royal family. The continued support of Beatrice and careful stance regarding the exacerbation of family dynamics indicate the scale of difficulties the Sussexes face in trying to mend the broken bonds. Despite their relocation to Montecito, Harry and Meghan have had a hard time connecting consistently with their family back in Britain. Their attempts to schedule visits have often been disrupted, delayed, or courteously declined. While the Queen publicly advocated for maintaining an open dialogue, other senior royals, especially Charles and William, who appear to have severed the connections with Harry and Meghan. More distantly related members of the family showed even less excitability to meet with the Sussexes, leading to several refusals on their behalf. This trend showcases that the rift between Harry and Meghan on one side and the British royals on another persists. Without radical changes and some conciliatory gestures from the Sussexes, it is likely that the spatial, as well as the symbolic distance, will remain.